Hey. Okay, let's see now. Oh yeah. Oh. Let's see. Hey. Oh, hey, Dave. Yeah, I was just figuring out things. Yeah, I know you want me to fly. Yeah, so me fly. Me fly. A good batch. It's actually a very good batch. Mm. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, this morning I was walking around. It was pretty cold out, and yeah, and then I just yeah, I went to Walmart, and yeah, almost all the Christmas stuff there is gone, and yeah, and I looked in their clearance, they had nothing there at all, and yeah, I don't know. I just hate to buy modern appliances and modern dishes in the box stores because a lot of times they don't last. Just like it's like that um, stoneware on top there. I had to throw that away because it. The weird thing is it cracked in the middle, so I had to throw it away. And the other one has a crack on the side, so I bought one left, and I paid I think $28 for a set of four. One I think I left behind in Wadena by accident. Either that or it's in storage. I don't know, but yeah, the dishes just don't last anymore. It's just they just don't last. You buy things these days, they wear out. You got to throw it out. You know, it's just weird. If anything lasts over 5 years, it's a miracle. Yeah, anything lasts over 5 years is a miracle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just so tired. Wow, I'm just so tired today. Yeah, yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, no, he's no. We're hopefully whoever had the dishes before that. We're see where did you buy the dishes? You didn't buy it at a thrift store or anything, did you? Or did you buy it at some auction? Did you buy it at some internet auction or something? Because if you buy it at the thrift shops, you got to kind of be careful, because you never know what kind of previous owners did to it. Yeah, that's one thing I've learned. So like I went to the thrift store earlier. I think this one garbage can. They wanted like $3 for it, and look kind of like they put whatever they put in there. I wouldn't want to know. Probably oil for all I know. So I skipped it. Yeah, people got to be careful what they buy. Yeah, people got to kind of be careful what they buy. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh man. Oh boy. Ouch. Ooh, ooh. Boy, I was flying last night, Dave. I'll tell you. I was just flying around. Yeah. Yeah, when I got up this morning about 3, I was still kind of flying, and I kind of felt better in a way. And I drove to the store, and then I drove back. And, yeah. Still, we don't have any snow as of December 30th. I guess it's supposed to snow today, but I doubt it. Let's check. Nope, still no snow. No snow all through the year where I live. That's unusual. Yeah, like I say, I think it's probably from air pollution or something. Some kind of pollution in the air, you know. Yeah, no snow. Did have some frost and it disappeared. And I heard in central Minnesota, where I used to live, they have a small trace of snow. Yeah, usually when I lived up there, the snow was so deep it'd go up to my neck. I'm about 6 foot tall, so yeah, I don't miss it up there at all. Yeah, I don't miss living up there. Nothing to do. Yeah, nothing to do at all. Just, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, the second person's in, whoever it is. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. We got, okay, one male and no females this far. Yeah, 60s. Yeah, 60s. Here is about, I think, in the 40s. Yeah, around the 40s here. Yeah, for you, the 60s is kind of cool. Because I know in New Orleans some years back, was at one time the temperature was as low as 15 degrees, and according to Brian, he said when it's 15 degrees, everybody thought that they were in the North Pole or something. They said, "Oh, everybody was just freezing." Yeah, because they don't have the proper clothing, in the southern parts in many areas because they don't get that 15 degrees too often. I mean, it could happen. I mean, never know. And could reach over 100 too in the northern parts. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh. Oh God, I'm just so. Yeah, I don't know between me and whoever. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably do an old football show, either me or maybe somebody else. But I'm gonna do an old football show myself if I can, because I don't, like I say, I don't watch football anymore, especially today's football. I mean, I saw one, was it from a couple of years ago, when they were showing like Tom Brady, the Patriots taking a knee. You should have seen those guys' lack of effort. It baffled you. I mean, I used to play flag football 10 times harder than that. I used to play flag football 10 times harder than that. Yeah, we just blocked and all that. Yeah, but they didn't that one time. It was just bizarre. Yeah, that's the trouble with today's sports. It's getting to be more entertainment and less athletics. It's going to be more the entertainment style. Yeah, yeah, they've changed a lot because of lack of attendance, and I think it's probably too late. Yeah, I know baseball people don't watch that like they used to. Even when they made the bases bigger and changed the rules of the pitcher, where they can only throw to one of the three bases three times, and then they got to throw straight ahead no matter what. Because before that, when he was throwing it to first, sometimes it spent about half hour trying to check the runner, and I guess the fans are getting fed up and leaving. Yeah, that baseball. As we know about baseball, though, is they brought the fences in. The fences are kind of shorter too. You know, yeah. And then they built a stadium in Colorado where the ball just flies like a rocket. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baseball. I used to like baseball, but after a while, I started to dislike it. Yeah, football the same thing. Basketball the same thing. It's just entertainment. Everybody's got to be an entertainer on the field, off the field. Yeah, yeah. That's the way it is with the professional sports. It's just nothing but entertainment. That's all it is. Nothing. Okay. Oh, yeah, now I'm feeling better. Now I'm kind of feeling better now. I am, I think. Of course I am. Yeah, yeah. I just hope next year I can travel a little more. I'd like to do more stuff. Yeah, last year wasn't the greatest. I've had more subscribers on YouTube. Thank you to the subscribers. Because in the last year, let's see, it goes like 100. Oh, shit. I do have 829 and like 717. Yeah, and 112 subscribers in 1 year, which for me is phenomenal, but for an average channel, it's terrible. Yeah, yeah. Ouch. Ooh. Uh, okay. Oh, oh, yeah, thanks. But, you know, it's, it, I'm just surprised I got that much because over half the year I was driving that Park Avenue, it was just limping along on its three legs and that scraping noise. Boy, I'm just, I think, in my opinion, it was probably scraped. The tire was getting scraped or something. I think on the right side somewhere, probably by the front tire. I'd say it probably. I think when I had the Park Avenue, I think it got weaker from all that salt on the roads, and of course that time I got stuck in Walmart and my Park Avenue. I was stuck for like 6 hours trying to get out in deep snow, and finally I got out. I kind of got stuck, but that Park Avenue, it's hard to get stuck with that car. It was just so weird. I can't get over it. Finally, I got out. I was relieved. And those people in the snowplow trucks, they didn't help. They didn't help at all. It was just bizarre. There's like 6 snowplow trucks out in the Walmart parking lot. Nobody helped. No, the Park Avenue's gone, Dave. It's recycled. It's scrapped. No, the Park Avenue's scrapped. Remember, the Grand Marquis doesn't do that. No, no, the Grand Marquis doesn't do that at all. The only Grand Marquis does is when I take off, it zips. It goes fast like nobody's business. Yeah, no, it was already the thermostat before that, and they took care of that. And the check engine light actually worked in the Grand Marquis, which is good. Of course, Ford charged me money to check to make sure the check engine light worked, and it did. Yeah, they charge a lot for labor at the Ford garage, but well, where I live, that's your best garage is the Ford or the GM or the Chrysler or the Honda or the Kia or whatever other foreign jobbers are in town. Maybe there's good independent garages. I don't know, but you know, yeah, it's the trouble with independent garages is everybody's got an opinion on it. They either say it's good or it's bad, and you can't tell in the middle unless you personally either know the garage or know the person. Yeah, yeah, that's how it works. No, I junked that Park Avenue, Dave. Remember, it went to the scrap yard and they crushed it in the mall. Yeah, it's not worth fixing. Not worth fixing. It had probably been over $2,000. And the way that car was scraping, it wouldn't have been worth it because with all that rust I was getting. Because Buicks at the time were known to rust, like when they're outside. Yeah, yeah. If I would have had a garage in Wadena, for a lot of that time, that car had been in the junkyard sooner. So as they say about Park Avenues and Centuries or Buicks, if they haven't been garaged in Minnesota, chances are it's in the junkyard or in the scrap yard, getting crushed. Yeah, yeah. Oh, boy, I'm so tired. Wow, I'm so tired today. It's just so weird. Yeah, so weird. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking. It's hard to think these days when you're in another world, which I am. Hmm, I am for sure. Oh, oh boy. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Oh, for the chat. Yeah, it was doing all right. I got 11. Was I had 12 and was it got 8 males and 4 females, which wasn't too bad for me. Yeah, which wasn't too bad for me. Welcome to the room, wherever you are. Always welcome to have extra people. Oh man, yeah, you haven't went through the social media thing much. Yeah, it's the third person left. So, well, thanks for stopping by, whoever you are. It's nice that the person stopped by. Yeah, it's nice for the person that stopped by. Yeah, that's for sure. Oh. Wow. Okay, let's get back to Earth here. Oh, oh boy, just trying to. Oh, oh boy. Yeah, I'm tired to walk around. I get very tired too. Yeah, I just sometimes get so tired. Yeah. Yes, I did. Yeah, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning or something like that. It was just kind of weird. Yeah, and I was still kind of flying from yesterday. And yesterday I was flying around. Yeah, it was just weird. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's the 31st, so I guess New Year's Day 2024 is going to come around the corner. Yeah, yeah, 2024 will be around the corner. Oh, oh that ought to be fun. Cool. No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't rest today. No, no, I didn't rest. No, I've been up since 3, so I'm just trying my best to stay awake if I can. And I suppose one way I could stay awake would get an ice pack of ice going. That'd be an idea. Yeah, yeah, a person gets tired at times. Yeah, you get as old as I am, you get tired easier. Yeah, you get tired easier. You're as old as I am, the younger ladies don't look at you anymore. They turn their heads away. It's just so weird. Yeah, it's just weird. Sometimes the older ladies would smile, but yeah, sometimes that happens. Boy, yeah, just ouch. Oh man. You know what I think I'll do? Let's see, where's my ice pack? Yeah, I think we get ice pack with ice water so I can stay awake. Yeah, this is my mom and dad's ice pack. It's probably as older than I am. Weirdest thing, it doesn't crack. I bought one from Walmart. Hey, Octawave, all right. Yeah, I gotta get an ice pack going so I can. Get my head on right. There we go. Come on, ice. Quite nice and a nice pack. Sounds like fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to fight my sleepiness. There's one way to do it. Let's see, should it work? Should. Ah, it's better. Whew, yeah. Now I feel better. Yeah, sometimes when you kind of have a borderline headache, and one more ice tray, so in case I talk for a long time. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay. Boy. Yeah, sorry my show isn't very good today. I'm just packing ice in an ice pack. Oh. This is over 50 years old, Octawave, this ice pack. Ah! Where is it? Is that the one? I think it is. Ice is getting kind of full. This was my mom and dad's. Oops. There we go. Ah. Ouch. Three left. One. I am. I think I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I'm done now. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm better. Oh, boy. And once in a while, when a person gets a headache, they get a hangover from like too much alcohol. Sometimes they put an ice pack over their head. It helps. Yeah. And you don't want to pop too much aspirin. I already took my 2 earlier and before I went on. So now I got this. Yeah, I got this now. This on here for a while, and Feel better. Feel much better. Oh boy. Ah, yeah. Oh boy. Ouch. Ooh. Ow, wee, oh, ow, oh. Yeah. Yeah. I just Okay, let's see. What can I talk about today? I need some ideas. Kind of running out of ideas what to say. No, I don't drink alcohol anymore, Octawave. I just do gummies or brownies or cookies. If that's it. I don't do anything else. No, no thanks to the drinking. No, nope. Don't go to bars. No. I did drink some kinky cocktails in my previous videos, but I decided not to do that anymore. Because yeah, brownies and cookies and gummies. Yep, yeah, yeah. You can. Yeah, in Minnesota, a person can get it in the tobacco shop or in the where they grow the stuff. But the stuff I got now that's make me feel different. They came from California. Yeah, they ordered some from California. Yeah, it's pretty unusual when you have stuff within state and some places ordered from out of state. Yeah, yeah. No, I just me myself. I don't like bars. You know, so every time I used to go to the bar years ago, people tried to pick fights at me, and I got tired of it. So I decided to quit going to those bars. Yeah, I decided to quit going to the bars because to me, bars are just not fun. If those that think they're fun and want to go, cool as long as you're old enough to go. You've got to be 21 and over in the United States. So yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. They should at least. Yeah, that's the trouble when you raise it to 21. Then those 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds will binge drink. And the ones before that, they just binge drink. And they just get it illegal. No, I don't think. I don't think I really look intimidating, Octawave. It's just that I'm a tall guy, medium built. And see, the trouble is, people just assume just because I'm a big person, they think I like to fight or something, which is false because I'm not a good fighter. And the rest of my girlfriend. Okay, let's see. I'm going to think. Okay, my ex girlfriend Wendy was, I think, 11 years, 8 months younger than me. Ex girlfriend Melissa was, I think, 11 years, 4 months younger. And a couple that were my age. See, one was Diane Berg. She was 7 years older than me. Yeah. And there's some others. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. So, yeah. Yeah, like I say, it's just the older you get, the harder it is to find the right one. Because 18 in sixth grade, yeah, sounds like my late uncle Stanley. He was 16 in sixth grade. 16 years old in sixth grade. Yep. Yeah. No, my uncle Stanley. Yeah, at least that, Dave. at least 11 years younger, even younger if possible. Trouble is, you go to the foreign countries, so it'll cost you money. Then better make sure you person's got to have a trusted tour guide to go with you, because we don't really know which parts of foreign countries are bad to go to. Yeah, we don't know. In some countries, you don't want to. Yeah, should be, but I can't. Yeah, that's the trouble. Going back that far isn't really easy. Yeah, yeah. You get around my age, it just gets harder and harder. But that's the way it goes. What can I do? What can I really do? Huh? Yeah, yeah. What can I do? Just uh, yeah. See, actually. Oh wow, a sixth grade lady and an eighth grade guy. Yeah, yeah. It's hmm. I guess it depends on the parents, though. Yeah, I've back years ago, I've known a couple guys that are like 18, and oh, they were weird, man. They should have went to prison. Yeah, there's some 18-year-olds I used to remember, 18, 19. They take them as young as before teenager, so to speak. Like 12, which is sad. Why would anybody do that when they're adults? Even 17 and 16 is kind of odd, in my opinion. Yeah, we had a lot of weird people back then, and it was easier to get away with it than it is now. Because now you got all that social media. You get all that social media now, so a person's got to be kind of, you know. I mean, almost everywhere we walk, somebody could have a camera, and we could be in somebody's camera on somebody's YouTube channel. I'm sure. Yeah, you never know. Never know. That's for sure. That's for sure. Say two males and one female. Cool. Yeah. So we got 67.33%. Cool. Oh, yeah. Find this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dave. I forgot to tell you. I now I'm on a Facebook account again. I did destroy it, but I decided to put it back on because I need more places for people to look me up. And I don't use Instagram because, in my opinion, Instagram is just people taking pictures and putting them on. You know, it was boring enough growing up looking at my mother's photo albums of all these post pictures. Now you have post pictures on Instagram. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Hopefully, whoever that lady is, she don't get some weird dude that'll use her or something. Use her and lose her. Because sometimes ladies will go through that. Some guys will too. They're inexperienced and they meet an experienced one. They say they love the inexperienced one, do whatever with the inexperienced one, and then just leave them all cold. Use them once and see you later. That's sad. I hate that. I knew guys like that. Yeah, I just like to take them and clock them across the head. Can't do that to young ladies. And sometimes I've heard ladies commit suicide because of that, which is wrong. I've heard that before. A lot of creeps out there, unfortunately. A lot of creeps. Yeah, a lot of creeps. we go. Hmm. Someone's hanging on me. All my envelopes. probably take me the rest of my life to use them all. I don't use envelopes that often. I mean, I don't send cards to anybody because with my family members, we all made a deal. You know, if you want to give presents, yeah, yeah, I know I don't like that. I don't like that suicide stuff. I've been through that before, and no thanks. Yeah, no thanks. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Too much of it out there. Too much of it. Yeah, I read about somebody from New York City was like in his 60s. Yeah, he jumped out the second floor window and killed himself. Splattered right on the sidewalk. Was depressed over something. I don't know. That was weird. He just jumped out the window. Because those old buildings in New York City, you know, with all those floors, oh yeah, they weren't really safe per se. I mean, they wouldn't pass today's building codes. Yeah, it was the second floor. Some guy just jumped out the window, wanted to end it all, and he did. Yeah, I read that somewhere. I think it was on the X. Some guy from New York City. He was depressed about something in his 60s and jumped out the window. Yeah, that was weird. That's weird. Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's really too bad. Yeah, it's really too bad. There's a lot of that out there, you know. And then when you look on the X2, there's just so many fight videos out there. It's not even funny. The schools are just getting so unsafe now, you know. And people, where I used to come from, well, Brooklyn Park was all fist fights in the grass crap, you know. And I came from Minneapolis, it was fist and feet. Nowadays, a lot of people do more than fist and feet. They use whatever advantages they can find in any way. That's what they do now. Yeah, it's a young people in today's schools do now. They don't read the rule book. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't jump. I like life now. Now, if I didn't want to live, you know what? I'd quit using my breathing machine and let myself die. Because without my breathing machine, I'd be dead. I'd actually be dead myself. But I must you keep using my breathing machine because I want to live. Yeah. As I was a younger man, like I said, all these cigarettes did me in. I used to work at some of those dirty jobs at the temp service. Yeah, they use that in other things too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you see a lot of that on the X now. You see a lot of people jumping on vehicles on the X. They jump on the windshields and jump on the side doors. The funny thing is, when they do that in a lot of these vehicles, it's like the security alarm system on the vehicles don't work. You think it would or something, unless they just left it off on purpose. I don't know. And there was one area in the United States, it was like in Baltimore, Maryland. There's a social worker. He was going in like the bad side of town in Maryland. As soon as he got in his vehicle, about 20, 30 people jumped him. Yeah, they just jumped him. Then he jumped on his vehicle too, in the bad side of Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, he was a social worker. He was going to help someone, and a bunch of people attacked. Some were stomping on his vehicle. It was weird. So weird. Yeah. But it depends on the states, Dave. Some states they'll send to prison for a long time to criminals in some states, prisons are so full they can't send them in. They just let them run the streets. And that's why, in my opinion, it depends on your opinion. I think the ones with the easiest sentences, I think criminals commit crimes the most. The states with the easiest sentences, like Oregon and stuff like that. That's one of them. Oregon and Washington and California, they have, yeah, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I didn't like going in the lunchroom in my high school too much neither. Yeah, most of the time I didn't even eat lunch. Yeah. Everybody says, why don't you eat lunch? I said, nah, don't feel like it. Usually I got home, I wait till supper, and then I was very skinny. But, I didn't like the school lunch, though, in those days. School lunch is about as close to workhouse food as you can get. It's a little better than workhouse food, but I've tasted some people's cooking that was worse than workhouse food. Workhouse food was bad enough. One time they had peas, and I swore they didn't cook it, or they undercooked it or something, because the peas tasted almost raw. That was weird in the workhouse. Yeah, yeah, I had that once. Let's see. There was one time I weighed as little as 147 pounds, 6 foot tall, my medium built. Yeah, no, I weigh like 210 or 11. I should lose more weight. It's not easy to do, but it's my fault. I mean, I like snacking foods and stuff. The workhouse in Plymouth, Minnesota, at that time I spent at the workhouse. And school lunches and schools, you could, they don't really cook the food that good because the cooks are kind of in a hurry, to cook for a bunch of kids. And I think a lot of the cooks in the schools aren't cooks at all. I think they're terrible. I think they're just terrible cooks. And it's hard to replace cooks in the public schools, though, because the workers, like the cooks, are pretty much protected. It's not like private schools where, say, some lady keeps undercooking peas or something, and then the school headmaster says, "You're fired. You can't cook peas. Get out of here." And they'll find somebody else right away in the private school. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was talking about the Harsteads from years ago. Their food was awful. Ida and Lester Harstead's food, yeah, in Sebeka, Minnesota. That was actually worse. Yeah, but make sure the water's good, though. Yeah, make sure the water's good, because in the United States, there's a lot of bad water. And where my dad used to live in Cyrus, Minnesota, the water was so bad it stunk and it tasted worse than it smelled. Yeah, I couldn't drink it. I had to drink totally bottled water. Yeah, my dad got ripped off buying a grocery store in Cyrus, Minnesota, and the water was just horrendous, man. Yeah, you might as well drink out of a puddle and pour some motor oil in it. Well, don't do that, people. Don't please don't drink bad water. Don't do that. Don't try that. No, okay. I have to say that YouTube, tell YouTube that I mean that too. So you have to say stuff like that to YouTube. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you're going to promote stuff you don't. Yeah, like gravy. Yeah. Yeah, gravy does taste delicious, Dave, but I got to stay away from gravy because gravy contains a lot of stuff that'll make you fat. But for skinny people, there you go. That'll, yeah, for skinny people, though, it'll build some weight on them. That's what the skinny people should do. But I'm a big person, so I try to avoid the gravy. Usually when I have potatoes, I have it plain. I just have it plain unless if you put it, say my crock pot, you like cook everything from scratch. I always buy, I'll show you. Yeah, for the crock pot, I think this is the best olive oil there is, unless if there's better in a higher class store. Berlotti olive oil. That makes food taste a lot better. Sometimes there's some food out there that's like real bad, right? It's like bad tasting if it's like raw. Cook in the crock pot. This will cover the bad tasting food a little bit. Maybe not totally, but yeah, this is the only olive oil I buy is Bertolli. But but there's other ones that are good too. But I just like Bertolli. Bertolli, yeah. And get this, when I was cooking in my crock pot many times, I almost used the whole bottle. It's over $7 a bottle, or to import in more. But if you cook in a crock pot and cook like the pioneer days, from scratch, which takes hours to cook from scratch, you get a lot more food than you do processed, way more. But still, you got to kind of watch what you buy when you buy processed food if you're not used to it. But now I am. And when I get processed food, like for the crock pot, I buy less potatoes and more onions, because onions, you can cut them and peel easier. Plus, to me, onions taste better than potatoes. Onions are better for you than potatoes, much better. Yeah, yeah, onions are much better for you than potatoes. Yeah, so is carrots too. Yeah, nutrition wise. Oh, potatoes are good for you. They're not bad for you, but I mean, they have this nutritional value for certain vegetables, which ones are better and all that. And yeah, sometimes I like to, you know, now since money's getting tight in my house, I got to cook from scratch. Yeah, I got to get used to it. I just think you know what I do so I don't get mad about cooking from scratch like most people? I think of people back in the pioneer days, you know, potato fries. No, thank you. Oh, I guess I could cook it homemade, but I don't want to fry stuff in grease because that's not good for me. But it's up to you, Octawave. You cook whatever you want, and same with you, Dave. You cook any way you want. I don't tell people what to cook. If you want to cook eggs and bacon grease, and you want to say eat eight eggs in bacon grease for breakfast, that's your business. It's not healthy for you, but that's your business. You know. Yep, I was around when there was no internet. Oh, I was around the days before astronauts landed on the moon. Hey there, Blue Lake Productions. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's why when I cook from scratch, guys, you see, I think of people in the pioneer days and I pretend like, just pretend like I'm living like them. So that way I'll appreciate things more or less. So I hate cooking from scratch, but sometimes when you have to, when money's tight, you have to. Yeah, but it takes a lot more time. Yeah, I got to hand it to cooks that can cook for hours. They can spend half a day in a kitchen every day and love it. There's cooks like that out there. Yeah. Um, as far as the Amish are concerned, I couldn't get in the Amish community, Dave. I couldn't. They wouldn't let me in. Oh no, I wouldn't get in any Amish community. They wouldn't want me. because the families of the Amish community have been together like for generations and generations. And the Amish people, most of them, they like stick together. See, when I used to live in central Minnesota, I seen a lot of Amish. They'll wave at you when they go by or in the store, but they won't talk to you if you're an outsider. They'll just wave and that's it. And you want to just like keep talking to them all the time and they don't talk to you because they'll go to the police and have the police get after you. And the police will get after you up there. They would, yeah. Because the police up there, they like the Amish too. Witness protection. Dave, that Amish mafia is a fantasy. It's not a reality, Dave. No such things as an Amish mafia. You must watch some kind of show that talked about Amish mafia or something. They don't have one. They don't really have one. And I would want to get myself in a situation where I have to be in witness protection. Forget that. Because I've lived 59 years mostly keeping my mouth shut. Oh, I used to know people that were mean, I'll tell you. Very mean people. When I was alive. When they were alive, excuse me. It's like the late Thomas Rowan McMullen. He was a mean guy. Or one time I was like telling his girlfriend Patty, that he was cheating on her. It was just, yeah, I'm 59 years old. Mm-hmm. Turned it October 14th. Like I said, I was born before the astronauts went to outer space. See, in Old Car Memories, if you're ever subscribed to that channel, Dave, I know you're a car guy, Dave. They have that 63 to 65 Buick Riviera. Was the one I told you about, my late Uncle Ed used to own? Yeah, oh, those cars are cool. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, my yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Most people's moms and dads are younger than me. That's what's weird about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's really weird about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, Homer Stevenson, he's in Find a Grave. Yeah, he's buried in the same plot as this one lady, his first wife, Bernice. Oh, yeah, he used to complain to Ed about Bernice. He's like, oh, that stupid wife of mine. He says, she's always taking my fancy cars to the store. And I tell her, take the bad cars to the store. Then she says, well, I'll be embarrassed. And I said, well, people aren't going to give a damn if you're going grocery shopping. They don't care what vehicle you're going to drive. And Homer was right. No, Homer's actually right. But Bernice had to be fancy. And Homer says, some Bernice? He said, I could get any wife I want. He says, you could just beat it. Well, she did for a while. Then she finally did. Because Homer drove her crazy. And I didn't blame him. Because, Bernice wouldn't listen to him. She'd always drive his fancy vehicles. And he had dings on his vehicle, He had friends who were body shops. Because he was a diesel. He owned a wrecking yard in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah. Stevenson Wrecking. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I gotta find that card sometime. I want to put that and find a grave for Homer Stevenson. Because my late Uncle Ed got cards from him and stuff. I want to put that in for Find a Grave. Yeah, that's how my late Uncle Ed got that 63 Riviera that was white. It had that real fast engine. It was like white and like leather white interior. Oh man. He sold it for $1,200 in the early 80s. My dad kept bugging him. I said, Ed, man, don't sell that car. That car means the world to you, I told him. Then my sisters told him, Ed, what are you thinking? Keep the car, keep it. You love it. Oh, everybody was telling me except my dad. My dad was telling me, son, you listen to my father. I said, Ed, why? That's what I said. See, my father, he drove my uncle Ed crazy to sell that Riviera. $1,200. I know. $1,200. That car was in like near make. All it had was surface rust. See, the car he got in a wheel from Homer, and that car came from Utah. It was a Utah car. And you know, in Utah, vehicles don't rust because the weather in Utah is where vehicles preserve very nicely. But they have very strict pollution control laws in Utah, you know. Not as strict as California, but okay, I think in Utah they go by the minimum pollution requirements and stuff, you know, for every vehicle. I think that's how they do it in Utah, you know. Unlike California, where vehicles like mine wouldn't pass. They say, you better get a different car. Can't have this one in California. Oops. But if I go to Texas, they say, yeah, your car is fine. Don't speed. You just drive the speed limit. Obey the law. Be nice to your neighbors, and you'll get along just fine down in Texas or any other state. If they don't get along, we'll just throw you to the ground, and you can kiss the pavement. Like a lot of cops will want to. You know, some of them will tell you that if they don't like you. No, it was after Homer died, Dave, that he got the car. He got in the will, see. He got in Homer's will. He got a 63 Riviera, a 68 Chevy truck. It was like a long box in the back. Homer put the vehicle together. The front is like for a short box. It was a funny looking pickup truck. It had like a 6-cylinder engine. That truck was like turtle slow, but that truck could haul a lot of stuff. Well, Ed packed the truck with this dirt that was like very heavy, and that engine was pretty tough for a slow engine. It was just weird. It was a tough engine, though. Yeah, sometimes those engines that are like real slow, look at the Slant 6 and the Chrysler years in the 70s. Look how tough they were. Boy, people just beat those things to oblivion, and it kept running. It was just weird. Same with the 318 V8 engine. Yeah, a 1968 Chevrolet pickup truck. It was like a 4-speed on the floor. You know, one of those gears you got to like shift way down. It was a 1968 Chevrolet truck. It was like a short box in the front, and in the back, it was like long, but he welded it together, you know, like two different trucks. Yeah, he did that. I mean, he had friends that helped him. Yeah, he hired people who could weld like that. Yeah, because Homer was a rich man. Homer was a millionaire back in the 70s. He was actually a millionaire because he had a successful wrecking yard in Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh, yeah. C10 or bigger? I think it was a long box for its day, you know. It was like put together. It was just weird. And it was like a 6-cylinder engine. It was slow as dirt, but that truck sure pulled a lot of stuff. My uncle would pack the back of the pickup truck with just the heaviest things. Sometimes he put a lot of cement in there, you know, and sometimes my mom would joke and say, Ed, I don't think you could pull. Ed says, oh, this truck will pull anything and it'll keep running. And Ed was right. That 6-cylinder Chevy truck was just weird. I mean, it was a putz. Yeah, it went like a turtle with it ran like a sloth that was high on meth or something, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough truck. It was just weird. Oh no, yeah, it was in the Coast Guard during World War II. They met each other like after boot camp. Yeah. Oh, play it live. Oh man, I'd have to rewrite the songs if I ever want to write the songs that I have. I'd have to rewrite the songs, and it's going to sound totally different because I don't have memories like. Yeah, I said that about something. I see it. I'm forgetting things. No, but anyway, no, that's true. My late uncle Ed. Okay, there was yeah. Homer met Ed in the Coast Guard during World War II. See, they served on the same rescue boat. You know, he had this rescue boat out in the Atlantic. You know, and according to Ed, see, Uncle Ed's truck. Oh yeah, it was a '68 Chevy truck. Like I said, the front was like it's for like a thing for the short box, but in the back, Homer welded a real long box, welded the truck together. His friends did, and Homer too. Oh, he hired welders. Homer did. Yeah, he actually did that. That's what Ed told me, and Ed wouldn't lie about it. Oh, Homer Stevenson owned a wrecking yard in Salt Lake City. He made a lot of money. He was a smart man, Homer. Yeah, Ed says, Ed said, yeah, you didn't want to make Homer mad. He said Homer had some big friends that he can rely on in case of trouble. Yeah, that's all Ed said, nothing more. He said, and when Ed said that, he said, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say any more about Homer. I said, Ed, I won't say outside the family. You don't have to worry about that, Ed. I'll shut my mouth. And I did. You know, you go out in public, man, you know, you got to be cool. It always pays to be cool unless if you have to defend yourself, you know. Then you have to turn around and defend yourself against your opponent. Then, yeah. But for me, living in Minnesota, when I'm driving, you know, I'll stay out of Minneapolis and St. Paul totally now. Yeah. Yeah, I was driving underneath the bridge up at Lake Street, and I thought to myself, thank goodness they build these bridges like really tight now. They're like 12 feet high, and the fences are like very skinny, so people can't drop rocks off the bridge and hit cars anymore, you know, like they did like in the 80s. Because a lot of people would throw rocks over the freeway and hit cars. Yeah, they had problems with that in Minneapolis. Yeah, crazy. Sometimes I look under the bridge, I have my foot on the pedal or my steering wheel like this, because if they tried that, I'd swerve, you know, and I would. I'd be prepared for it. Hope I'd miss. I usually, when I'm in a stoplight with another vehicle, as soon as it goes green, you know, yeah, it's weird. I just like that fast takeoff after green. So, yeah, sometimes it's fun. Yeah, sometimes a lot of fun. Yeah. Oh boy. Two males and one female tonight. Awesome. Thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you. I thank my fans all the time. Even you know, some years back when I first started, was it? I did an old football video. I had like over 100 people in my chat. I started losing it because my camera cut off, but it was my brother's old camera. So then I got that Logitech, and it's worked great since. Yeah, before I met my nice friend who's has given me so much advice, you know, and I listen to his advice the best I can, and yeah, he's been right. He's been 100% right. It's just so weird. Yeah, yeah. He said, My friend said to me, he says, yeah, when you're up to our top levels, you take it. He says, let them insult you. Just ignore them. He says, sometimes it's hard and tempting to fight back. He says, but that's not worth it. Just work on your own videos for the positive and you'll get more subs. That's what my friend said. And he's 100% right. Yeah, 100% right. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Yeah, just. Yeah. Oh, thank you for staying with me. I'm just going in the outer limits, so to speak. I'm just going in the outer limits. Yeah. Sometimes I do that. It's just so weird. Just so weird. Yeah. So weird. Oh yeah. See, I was talking about my uncle and Homer. No, that's true. Yeah. No, about Homer Stevenson, Dave. I know it sounds like I'm telling a fish story about my uncle Ed knowing Homer. I'm telling the truth, man. I'll try to find some pictures. Hopefully, I mean, I have to get some bread to fix my computer. That's going to take time. Somehow, some way, I guess. Got to think of something. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dave. No, seriously, it was just weird. Yeah, they made each other in World War II, and like I said about my late Uncle Ed, relatively speaking, yeah, Homer's in the same boat too. Like, that time I was saying they went by Bermuda one time. They were a rescue boat. Their Coast Guard cutter was like a rescue, but they rescued sailors, that were drowning in the oceans and stuff. Yeah, he said he saw like this German boat. You ever heard of those World War II German boats that were like real fast and had those good guns? You ever heard of that? Remember those speedboats the Nazis had? You know, the bad guys. We'll call them the bad guys. Yeah, yeah. They had those kind of boats. Yeah, those kind of U-boats. Yeah, yeah. My uncle said we saw him go by the binoculars, and he said to me, if they would have spotted us, we'd have been goners. That's what he said. And I believe him because his Coast Guard cutter boat was very slow. It rescued people, but it was a slow boat. It was slow. And they had to be sneaky. See, Uncle didn't say that to Grandma Randina until he got out of the service. Then he told her. And Ned said, one time he said, yeah, you should have seen Ma. Her heart was like this. I said, take it easy, Ma. I'm alive. He said, take it easy, Ma. He said, that's why I couldn't tell you. That's why I told you I had a desk job or something like that. Yeah, he was telling me he had a desk job at the time. And he did. He was actually out at sea. But he kind of lied to my grandmother so he wouldn't make her panic. Well, that's probably a good thing, though. Yeah, boy, almost getting, yeah, my late uncle and Homer in a boat and the German U-boats. One comes by close, and I looked in binoculars, saw him, but they didn't spot him. They just went by, and Ed said, my heart was just, he was like this. He thought, oh, please don't spot us. That's what Ed was saying to me. And Yeah, he said that was the scariest experience of my life. Yeah, that's what my late Uncle Ed said, because he was the only boat out there, and it was like a German U-boat with that gun coming by, and he said those guns were powerful and accurate, a lot more powerful than our gun and our Coast Guard boat. That's what he said. He said it was way more accurate too, because that's what the intelligence report said at the Coast Guard. Because they had their spies and stuff like that, their officers. How did Uncle Ed pass? That's a very good question, Dave. According to my late Uncle Ed, in the Coast Guard, somehow he'd move around in line, go away in the back. They took turns trying to learn how to take water without like sinking and drowning. But Ed never had to really do it because he moved around in line. And he somehow got away with it. I don't know. That's what he said. I believe him though. But I think he just let him because they didn't care. Yeah. Anyways, when Ed got in, he got the crappy jobs, and he said the sailors that brown nose the officers always got promoted. That's what Ed said. Yeah. And then when Ed was yeah, that's what Ed said. That's what Ed said that happened. Ed generally didn't lie, but I think they just let him pass. I think they kind of let him. They probably think, nah, when Ed gets on the ship, we'll have him do anything. We'll have him scrub the toilet bowl or something like that. Oh yeah. They need toilet bowl scrubbers, so they'll put them on that kind of line. So one thing, if say Dave, let's say if you were, yeah, basically, oh yeah, you have to because the Nazis they were putting lots of people, even people that limped, even flat-footed people. There's like guys in one eye in like Nazi Germany for the army. They draft them in there. And they put them out there. Yeah, even guys with one eye and stuff. They'll just say, "You just die for the Fuhrer, okay?" And if they refuse to go in World War II in Nazi Germany, yikes! Yeah, yikes! Yeah. I think after the war, was it? I don't know if I think Homer and his wife went to Germany one time. He talked to a guy from World War II. Yeah, he was in the Nazi army. He just did his job and that was it. And he talked to him. He said, "Oh yeah," he says, "People who refused in Nazi Germany," he said, what we call it? We spelled the words out COF, and everybody says, "Shut up, no more." Yeah, that's what they used to say. Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy was in the army. He said Germany in the 30s, it was just crazy. He said it was crazy. Yeah, he said it was just crazy. Oh yeah, and he told me too that if the government tells the people to go plant flowers by their front yards, they're supposed to, and they did. Most of them did, actually. Out of loyalty. It was just weird. It was just so weird. Yeah. It's one of the things they had in that country. Yeah, that's what that when the enlisted guy told Homer. Yeah, because Homer told Ed when he came back from Europe with his wife. I think I don't know if it was his first or second wife. Let's see, he did divorce Bernice. Let's see, was it Bernice? And he took Anne. And he took Anne, yeah, second wife. And he was much happier then, but and find a grave, Homer's buried with Bernice, his first wife. They divorced. And then she's using her second ex-husband's name on the gravestone. I think that was kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah. Just ooh. Oh man. I'm getting to feel better here. I felt my stinging. Yeah. It's just so weird. So weird. Oh man. Oh man. Man, just I don't care if there's not many chatters. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because I have fun. Life's to have fun, see. Trouble is, there's just, Dave, another thing, there's always people out there just complaining and griping and stuff like that. And like I say, for me, this is my hobby is YouTube, I just call it my hobby. Yeah. Let's see, the draft was over. Let me think back. No, it was in the early 70s. I think it was like 1972 or something like that. Then the draft was over. Then after that, very few people joined the military. Then, like during the Carter years, they had severe shortages in military. And then when Ronald Reagan won, he increased military spending greatly. For the enlisted men in the 80s, they gave raise of like $50 a month. And back in 1980, $50 was a lot of money, my friend. Just think if gas, let's think back. Okay, 1982. Let's see if gas went down for a while and stuff. And yeah, I remember those years in the early 80s. It was just so weird. Yeah. Well, I remember this was so weird too. I read that I didn't see the video of it. I think I should sometime. When George Bush Sr. was like debating against Geraldine Ferraro and stuff, and on national TV, and when Bush just started to argue with Ferraro was crying. Yeah, she was crying. It was just weird. You don't cry. It was just weird. Bush Sr. He was like head of the CIA. Oh yeah, he was master interrogator in the CIA. Bush Sr. was. Yeah, anybody can run a CIA. You gotta be smart. You gotta be smart as a whip. But the draft was over in 19, yeah, like I said, about 71, 72, 73. Yeah. So that'd be like being born in 55 and 56. Yeah. And like I said, a lot less people joined the military. Then it increased again. Once Reagan got to be president, when he increased military pay. Plus, for the lowest enlisted men and women, they got like $50 a month. And like I said, in 1982, $50 a month was a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah, gas back then was like $1. Was about $1.28 a gallon. Boy, everybody was this $1.28. Oh, if it ever gets to $3-4 a gallon, everybody's going to quit driving. They'll just park their cars and go buy horses and go. And yeah, people actually used to say that. They'd go back to riding horses. Yeah, I don't believe that anymore. No. Yeah, because I used to live in central Minnesota. We just passed by the Amish and they went very slow. And like I say, Dave, the Amish keep to themselves in central Minnesota. I know all about Amish. And the Amish are very cool people. I really like the Amish. Yeah, they they don't bother anybody, keep to themselves. That's what they do. Yeah, their horses like way in the back, behind the vehicles. Yeah, this. Let's see. Yeah, they had the grocery store and Walmart. They let them like hitch the horses and stuff. I guess Dollar Tree didn't let them, and who cares about Dollar Tree? Yeah, yeah. And one time I forgot my camera. I was driving around and I saw this Amish guy. Here's these two horses. He's like pulling a plow, and he's like right behind. He's had this real old thing that divides the dirt. He's like stepping on with his foot. It's just so old fashioned. Yeah, he was doing it. He was doing a good job. It was just weird. Oh. Dave, Dave, um, you know, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton once wrote, I don't know who wrote that song, but no, I'm just kidding. I know you're no fan of Rogers and Parton. Okay, I'll take it back. Wholesome family. Yeah, well, my dad acted like he was wholesome, but he really wasn't. Yeah. Well, neither was my mom. Yeah, the thing was, Kenny Rogers, at one point, as I paid attention to music history, he was non political at the time. But one day he became political and his career went, you know, because if a celebrity picks which end of the political thing they're on, it could either go like this or it could go like, depending on the individual. It's just weird. And that's why Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, that's why they were always popular. They're totally non-political, except for they wanted to legalize pot. That was about their only position. Everything else, non-political. Petty would say, "Hey man, don't ask us about politics." He'd say, "Go ask your fans, but don't go back tell me, because I let them sort it out. I'm here to write music and have a good time." That's what he tell the press. He said, "That's all we do. We write music and have a good time with our fans. Our fans are cool. If you have something against it, you go tell them, no, we're cool, Tom. We're cool." Oh yeah, because writers wanted access to the guy. Yeah. Yeah, they say he was married to the same wife for 30 some years. I think she went with him all the time on the road, and that was cool. The whole time she was always on the road with him. Yeah, he liked it. Yep. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And just, ooh. Yeah, sometimes I just read the weirdest history, what certain people do and stuff like that. You see, okay, I'll have another opinion. You probably will disagree with me on that one, Dave. Between Lennon and McCartney, my opinion don't mean much, but you know. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, for me, the ones I think that were talented, in my opinion, the most talented was, I'd say, George Harrison and John Lennon. For me, I'm more towards Harrison because Harrison, stayed out of politics and he was in this Eastern religion. I know, okay, but generally he was technically non-political. The only politics he had is he wanted to help starving people around the world. He really wanted to. Yeah, and he donated a lot of money to try to help the starving people, stuff like that. That's yeah, a lot of singers, just weird. I just read the weirdest history. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you probably like more of the modern music yourself, right? Probably more of the modern. Oh, that's all right. I like modern and old fashioned. I like music back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s for get the mainstream stuff. No thanks. And country is giving rock a run for the money now. Country is like very popular now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Is there certain '60s bands you like the Rolling Stones or let's see, what's another one? Like the Who? To be honest with you, they're both British bands. The Rolling Stones is a lot more popular. I like the Who better. That's more my style. Yeah, they're more my style of music. Yeah, because I mean, Roger Daltrey, like when he was dancing on stage. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Janis Joplin. Oh yeah, yeah. Poor Janice, man. I felt sorry for her. Yeah, when she was going to the high school reunion. She said she's going to show him up, and actually everybody ignored her and made fun of her over there. You know, if I had been Joplin, let's see if I was, let's see if I was a famous singer like Joplin right now, okay, which I'm not. And let's say they invited me to the reunion. Know what I do? I have my own party and pick my own personal friends I think deserve to go. That's how I do it. The ones I think are cool. Yeah. And oh, Johnny Burnett, yeah. Yeah, Johnny Burnett, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, there's come to think of it, in the 60s, in country music, they had a country music singer that was like very popular. Oh, he's very controversial for today's music. His wouldn't pass. His name was, yeah, Jerry Reed. Yeah. Yeah. And there's some things mainstream music don't allow anymore. Back then they did. Yeah, things were, you know, yeah, things are just a lot different now. What can you do? What can you do? I just try my best to have a good time. If I'm driving in my car, I'll listen to my oldies music. I don't care. I just listened with the window rolled up. When I rolled the window down, I turned it down, sure. Don't want to get jumped out in the street. I don't really want to floor my car. So I just be cool. Just be cool and turn the music way down. Yeah. When you roll the window down, of course, or stop at a stoplight. But you drive down the road, then you can turn it up a little bit. You know, when you go by, nobody understands what the music's about. Yeah. 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 As I say, let's see. Oh, there is. Yeah, I've heard Hank. I've heard of. Let's see. I've heard of Hank Williams Jr. and Hank Williams. Yeah, I know. I've heard of Hank Williams. Yeah. Oh, there is. Yeah, I believe it. Hank Williams the third. Oh yes. Oh, if he's like talented like his grandfather and father, he's going to get a big audience because Hank Williams Sr. has a strong audience, and he even gets new audiences still. You know. Oh, Junior's kid. Yeah. No, I haven't heard him sing. No, I haven't. To be honest with you, yeah, I haven't paid attention to today's music scene. Yeah, I'll listen to him sometime. Oh, let's see. There's this one song, Jason Aldean's, that one, "Never in a Small Town." Yeah, the way that song was put together, I thought to myself, "Yep, it's gonna stay big for a long time." Oh yeah, in small towns. I used to live in Wadena. That was a crazy town. Yeah, when they had that protest up there, yikes. Yeah, that young guy from across the street, he's lucky the guy in the 2x4 didn't drop his 2x4 and hit him, because if he'd have hit that kid, you'd have fallen down. See, the kid was pretty stupid. I'll tell you why. See, he was wearing flip-flops. That's a mistake. The guy across the street, he was wearing work boots. That's an advantage right there. Having work boots. He was like a rancher. I've seen that guy at Walmart. He was different. I said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." Thank you, sir. And I am. It's just weird. Yeah, the kid was wearing flip flops, and the young lady that was with him. See, they were a little easier on her than him, because they actually wanted the guy. They wanted to see if the guy would hit him first. That's what they were trying to do, but it didn't work. Yeah. I drove by there that day when I went to Detroit Lakes. I was thinking of filming it there, but then I thought, no, I better not. No, I better not. Just not into the controversies. Nope. Because things can get crazy. Oh, I'll put it this way. You saw that Roxanne calls protest in Wadena, Minnesota. Did you see that one? Did you actually see that video? Yeah, I think I even told you about it before. People are different up there. Yeah, they were all right. And when you walked around the town, nobody robbed you. Nobody stuck their hand out and said, "Hey, man, you got some money?" You know, a person minding their own business. Don't bother anyone. Say hello to people every once in a while. Stuff like that. You know, that's the way it was up there. The town is kind of different. Yep. Palmyra closed was it 2008? It's after my dad died. I bet that building's still vacant. Yeah, I might as well just bulldoze it. Because in a town that small, Wadena, and with all those miles of small towns, a lot of people just stick with Walmart more than just to a new store. Because, oh, okay. Yeah, it was called, well, that one was called Berserker Media. Yeah, it's called Berserker Media. It says Rocks calls protest Wadena, Minnesota. It's called Berserker Media, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I drove by there. I had to turn left because the police officer was, because they had a right to like 2 blocks of the street, as long as it isn't downtown. See, they made deals with people. They'll say, okay, we'll have it by the barbecue pit. They love it over there. And the owner of that barbecue pit, oh, he's making tons of money. Yeah. Oh, he's had that barbecue pit for like 12, 13 years. Before that, it was a Chinese food place, and hardly anybody went there. And the barbecue place, it's almost always crowded. Yeah, it's almost always crowded. And I heard Sir Michael the Marn Dog. I said, hey, Michael, any business going? But he says, oh yeah, that barbecue place. He says people just go there like crazy now. He says I used to go there at first. I always had a table. He says, no, forget about it. That's what Michael the Marn Dog told me. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm just so. Got 5 votes, 3 male, 2 female. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah. Hmm. Say, Dave, let's see now. Hmm. Yeah. Those of you loyal like yourself, Dave, thank you very much. And the second person, if you are loyal, thank you too. Those who are loyal, thank you. And even people who stop by for 2 seconds, thank you. You're great. I mean it. It's a hobby to me. Everybody knows that. I said that 1,000 times. This is just my hobby. Just a hobby. That's all it is. Yeah, about the Buick Riviera, Dave. I don't know if I said it, but my late uncle in the early 80s sold the car to some other guy for $1,200. My late uncle Ed cried almost every day for the rest of his life. Every day he'd be in his room like this. I sold the Riviera. I sold the Riviera. I sold the Riviera. I like that. And I thought to myself, I'm going to leave the poor man alone. Yeah. I bet that guy that had it, if he fixed it up, say if he sold on Barrett Jackson, I get about 75,000 once he took care of it like really well. It is probably a little higher in average miles, but it was well taken care of. Yeah. Those Rivieras are worth lots of money. Yeah. Yeah, Jay Little's garage will eventually drive one, I'm sure. You know? Oh, hello, whoever you are in the room. I'm just tired. Yeah, kind of tired tonight for some reason. Let's see, 5 votes, 3 male, 2 female. Thank you very much. And those that didn't vote, thank you very much too. I thank everybody. Such great fans. Yes, you are. You put up with me. That's hard to do. A lot of my audience is left, but that's the way it goes. Oh well, that's life. I had those fans. And I thank them for being ex-fans. They're still all right. Still all right. Most of them are, sure. Like I say, it's just my hobby. That's it. Just a hobby. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. You know, it was weird that day when I was doing the YouTube towns between Fairmont and Winnebago, Minnesota. Oh, and Winnebago, get this. Okay, you know when I was doing my own self-portrait, one in Winnebago, that was in a building that was torn down. I did like Google Maps from the past, and that building, you know what year that was built? 1888, and the building actually looked pretty good, and they tore it down. I thought, why? It was an 1888 building. When it was a nice building. It wasn't like the ones in 1901 in Hancock where the ceilings are falling down and all kinds of rodents and bats got in, or I don't know. But that one actually looked pretty nice, and they tore it down. Yeah, I know. It's just weird. And and David, another thing too. Okay, Moorhead, Minnesota, and Fargo, North Dakota, right? Get this. Moorhead, Minnesota had an urban renewal. They were like going to copy Minneapolis. They're going to build new buildings, right? Fargo, they just said, we're going to keep our old buildings and, keep redoing it. If a person looks at the towns of Moorhead, and Minnesota, and Fargo, North Dakota, Fargo has way more tourists. Because when I did my video of Fargo, North Dakota, that was like, God, I went there kind of on an off day when it was like 10:30 a.m. You didn't think there'd be people walking downtown anywhere. Everybody would be, no, yeah, about scattered of 10, 15. A lot of elderly sure loved to walk around Fargo, and I did too. Yeah, and that movie theater there that goes from way back, that's still open. All the original lights, basically original everything. Yeah, I think they have the original ticket window where they're like outside and stuff, and they'll have like one security guard. They'll get some tough guy in town, to help with the security, and there's a tough guy that'll do it, sure. Some beginner or something like that. Let's see. Either he can do that for whatever, or he can. I'm gonna be the security guard. It's more fun. Yeah. Wow. I'm just. Wow. Ouch. Oh, my ankle hurts. Yeah, Dave, I'll tell you. Things changed a lot in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, too. Yeah. I took some old pictures of some hotels built in the 40s, and they had like a putt-putt golf course. Detroit Lakes tore it all down, and they built some major inn hotel, which the hotel, they could give tons of money. If they want a place bad enough, they'll give tons of money to the town, and the town's going to say, sure, more for the coffers, Yeah, sometimes those major corps and stuff, if they like the area of the town, they'll just give inflated prices sometimes to take the land. If they really like it. Sometimes it doesn't happen, it's just weird. Yeah, I took some of the, just weird. And Detroit Lakes too, instead of stoplights, they have roundabouts. And I hate the roundabouts. I like stoplights much better. Because I think ever since they've done those roundabouts, I think there's been more rear end crashes and stuff, because they have you like yield here and then you guess, and sometimes vehicles go, choom! Yeah, they go like a rocket. Yeah, it is weird going through those roundabouts. I'm glad that I got the Grand Marquis. I'll just go. You have to have that. Yeah, I don't even go to those roundabouts in Mankato. No way. I'll avoid them totally. Yeah, I have ways to avoid them in Mankato. I take different roads, even if I have to go the longer ways, I don't care. Safety first for me, man. Safety first. Drive a couple extra miles and save your life. That's what I call it. And those roads, even those off roads for 1-2 miles out of the way, sometimes they're even faster. But I think the reason they're having more roundabouts is because I think cities are like cutting back funds so they replace the stoplights, because stoplights cost money, when you continuously run out of electricity all the time. That's why, I don't know. Who knows? but the Mankato ones, I'll avoid most of them. Roundabouts, yeah. Definitely. Ow. Wow, I'm just. Oh. Yeah. So far, 5 votes, 3 males, 2 females tonight, plus extra people came and go. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna beat it. So see you later, friends.